What's up? One Piece. Yes, One Piece. Nothing really. Honestly, what's up, guys? I have no topic for this live stream. I don't really have shit to say. I just said I was gonna do one at 1700 because people at the last stream asked if I was gonna do another stream. So this is me doing other stream. So I guess this one's pretty much all on you guys. You know, just like I'm here for your whatever questions you may have to ask. I guess one thing I could say as kind of an update is that yes, freestyle. No, the eclipse was kind of whack for me. We got 90% coverage in this state, but 90% coverage, you know, none of us had special glasses or anything, so we were waiting for it to get dark, like we saw on the Weather Channel, like other places were getting dark. So it got a little dimmer, and the temperature dropped a couple degrees, but we were waiting for it to get dark, and it never happened. So next thing we know, it's getting bright again. We missed it. It was, you know, I had some cousins taking pictures of the shit, but like we didn't really get to see the full 90% coverage. Although some other people in the family did post on Facebook that they were watching it very closely, that did see like the 90% coverage. So that was kind of cool, but it was kind of underwhelming for me here. We didn't really get as much as effective as I thought we were. I figured with 90% coverage it would get, you know, maybe not full dark, but you know, relatively, and it just didn't happen. So I wound up like sitting around the front porch of my aunt's house scratching my nutsack. Yeah, it was kind of whack. I guess I kind of could put this in there. Thanks for that. Congrats, Alexis. But I guess I could compare it to like Halley's Comet. Like Halley's Comet came by a couple years ago, and they're like, oh my god, Halley's Comet not for another couple years. Rohan, it's a surprise to see you here, man. What's up? How things going? What's up with that single cam, man? We all want to know. Yeah, 99%. So you guys, I guess you got the full dark going on. But yeah, like Halley's Comet came through a couple years ago. Like, oh my god, 99 years for it to come back. So, did you get new numbers on the single cam? I'd like to see that. I'd like to see those numbers. Especially if you went with a bigger turbo than you did. Oof. Yeah, a lot of hype for a whole lot of nothing. I guess some people got to see some amazing shit, but I wasn't one of those people. Oh no. Very bad connection. Fuck me, right? Oh, no. That's cool. At least when you sold it, Rohan, you had papers, you know, or you had the numbers to prove what you're selling. Alex, no, you don't put oversized pistons in a standard size bore. That's a good way to seize your shit up. Fuck. Can you guys see me? Am I? It's not saying I have back connection anymore. Am I back? Hello? Somebody speak to me. I'm lonely. Oh, no. I lost my good connection. I lost a lot of my viewers. No. There's 15 and now there's 9. When will I ever have a big live stream? It's probably better that I don't. Okay. They don't run small, Alex. I promise you. I've measured them. They don't run small. That's all you gotta do is put a fucking mic on it and you'll tell. What's up, Carlos? Yeah, it's been a long time no see. I want a Miata. I'll trade you an engine for a Miata. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. When in doubt, check yourself. I mean, as in like check the item yourself. I don't know. I guess I can't be too surprised at hearing that. I've heard all kinds of weird things people say about Vitaras and different things. I guess that, you know, a little bit controversial because technically they're not Honda Pistons. They do get mass marketed and sold and advertised as Honda stuff, but they're technically for another car. I don't power shift. Thank you, Adam. It's good to know I'm back. What are all the cars I've ever owned? Like, all of them? Even non-Hondas? My very first car was a big-ass, like, Econoline E450, some shit like that, van. That was the car I got my driver's license with, I learned on. And that was a lot of fun. I had good memories. And my first car was a 90 Geo Prism. Had a lot of fun in that, too. Went from the Geo Prism to my first Honda. It was an EG hatch. From an EG hatch. Oh yeah, I had the EG hatch until I joined the Army and went to Korea. No, I don't have any trannies. And even if I did, to be honest, I wouldn't sell them. Those things are like gold for me. I got engines for days but never have transmissions. So from the EG hatch, I came back from Korea. I had a CRX. Actually had a CRX before I went there, but it was a shell, so I guess it don't really count too much. So I had a CRX shell, then I got a CRX that was running, and then from that I got, what was it? What was the other car I had? Oh, I had like a 99 EK. It was an SI clone, kind of. Tucker Ray. From the SI clone, I had an SRT4. Then I had a DA, the Del Sol. I had a whole bunch of shit. Well, not a whole bunch of shit, not compared to some people. Yes, Carlos, I'm angry with you. That's bullshit. That's a bullshit question. No, you don't need to build the block. Fuck's sake. That's a troll question. I know it's a troll question. You've watched the goddamn Facebook page, you fucker. Oh, thanks, Bass. I appreciate that, Rohan. Man, everybody be doubting me, man. Nobody like to believe my shit. I gotta go back down to Miami and start building engines for people again, bro. That way I get more of my shit out there. I haven't built enough for people who said, you know, come back. I wasn't in North Korea. I was in South Korea. Have I ever overpaid for a car? Yeah, I will admit I've overpaid a couple times. Oh, cool shit. Shout out from Holland. That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. I greatly appreciate that. Fucking Carlos. I had a friend once upon a time, you know, I was in the Army with, and turned out he was from here when we met in a Bliss, and he kept trying to talk me into coming up here for the longest time, you know, and he's like, bro, you come up here, you can build engines. I came here, there's no fucking market for it. Yeah, I can build engines for people, but I'm scraping by. Actually, there's a guy I'm talking to in Kentucky, you know, VA's got a good Honda scene. I would probably make a lot of money there. But fucking, I talked to a guy in Kentucky who might be bringing me a build or something to rebuild for him. There's the guy that I traded the engine to. I'm waiting for him to finish it, and hopefully, you know, I'll make some market off that. I will say though that me staying here isn't indefinitely, or it's kind of an indefinite thing right now because I don't have a plan to when I'm going to leave, but it is only a matter of time before I head back down to South Florida. So eventually, guys, I will get to a place where I will be able to buy shit like crazy. And once that happens, you're going to see a lot more out of this channel. Oh, thanks, Carlos. I don't think I've lost much weight recently in the last couple weeks. The last time I was on a scale, I was in the 60s. So since the weight loss began, I have cut off 30 pounds. But I'm also, you know, like I'm also building shit up on top of that. Yeah, VA's got a fucking amazing Honda scene. I'm in that VA, or at least one of the VA Honda groups, and I've watched I watch all the shit that goes through there, and I wish I could get down there and get more stuff. Cali, Daniel, woof, nah, man. I think you might have been here last stream. I said Cali's never a place I will go. Too strict on the laws. Bads, I taught myself. Oh yeah, all motor K24, dude. You can make fucking some really good power down there. There's actually one of the guys down there in that Miami Street Racing Callouts group that he was in a stock, or not a stock, but he was in a built NAK, and he was chasing those two guys. You probably seen the video, man. That shit, it's inspiring, bro. When you see like a powerful NAK, it'll make you want to build one. If I was in fucking Florida still, dude, I think that K would be my next build. Like, if I wasn't dealing with this Integra project right now, and I was in a big city, I would already be working on a K, and I'd probably, well, I don't know about sold the Integra, but the Integra would have been for sure done, and I'd have been building my next build already. Yeah, thanks, Chrissy. Yeah, I'm alright. Actually, that's cool shit, Trucker. Right now, I actually kind of have a little bit of good news. It's riding on some bad news, some personal shit. I am gonna be full stream ahead with the Integra, and my plan is to have that motherfucker up and ready to go within the next month or so. Richmond, yeah, cool. I was supposed to do the Richmond trip, but I think that might have been canceled. That's why I did say in that last live stream that I wasn't 100% sure I was going to be there. I might still do some kind of road trip, but if I do it at this point, it's probably going to be close to home. God damn, K22 fucking 7.3. Fucking A. E-tuning? What do you mean? Trucker, I'm in West Virginia right now. I'm in like backwoods shithole. No, not really. I'm in Huntington. Huntington, if you know anything about West Virginia, is like one of the more heavily populated areas. It's kind of a city, but it's definitely not a city compared to where I come from. E-tuning. Like, yeah, Bads, I'm waiting for that one. What do you mean? Shit, I would love to have fucking... There was for a while I was getting a whole bunch of single cam stuff, and now I can't find any anymore. Yeah, definitely will. I already ordered the bearings, like I mentioned the other day in that video I made for the update for the Integra. I did order the bearings. The bearings are tracking to be here Wednesday, so next weekend for sure I'm going to be putting the hub assembly back together. I'm going to check my account again tonight. GT, Jesus, man. You want to see any gun action, bro? Hit me up on Snapchat. That's every once in a while I post personal shit when I'm working out. Yeah, thanks, Rohan, man. I appreciate the support, bro. You're one of the few guys I can point to, you know, for that, you know, the high horsepower shit. I built too many stock engines for people, bro. Nobody sees all the power I've made of some of these engines. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to help you with it, bro. If it's one of my subscribers brings me fucking some shit to work on, there's a good chance I'll do it for free. Just bring me parts, because it gives me something to film. I love building engines, man. I've been missing. I haven't really got to build anything recently, so if you're close enough where you think you can bring me a fucking B20, bro, come by the crib, bring some parts. I'll put it together for you, no problem. Nah, Carlos, I really didn't see shit. It was a 90% eclipse here, bro, but like it got a little dim outside and the temperature dropped a little bit, but it didn't get full on dark, so I just kind of sat outside waiting for it to get dark, and it never did, and then it started to get bright again, so I didn't see anything. I'd love to have a car meet, Alex. I'd love to have a fucking subscriber meet, but there's 1,600 or 1,700 subscribers on the channel, and I think only like 500 or so of you guys are actually like really active. If even that, maybe 300, and you guys are scattered all over. So, Mike, dude, I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before I go back to Florida. It's definitely gonna happen. Right now, my kids they're still kind of young, and this is the first time we've been around family that we spend a lot of time with. So right now, I think it would kind of fuck my kids up to leave town. They wouldn't really understand why I'm doing it, and they would really miss family. So I'm just waiting for my kids to grow up a little bit, get a little older, and I'm definitely for sure going back. Trucker, check out, go to almost any of my videos has all my like social media description or social media links in the description. Just hit me up on Facebook or wherever social media account that you use. Just hit me up there and I'll talk to you. Yeah, I'm not gonna go back to Miami for sure. I mean, I might work in Miami again, but I'm not gonna. I'll probably live in Broward again. Steve, am I Steve? I'll be Steve. Shit. Wrong live stream there. Yeah, no problem, Ray. Luke, you asshole. You know how I feel about that shit. We just had a long conversation about that shit. Oh, it's fine. Oh, I started using my name at the beginning of videos because I know that not everybody knows me as well as some of you guys do. And I know that there are a lot of people describe me as VHB, and that just sounds weird, so yeah, I'm Chris. I mean, Chrissy, it can be. I mean, I would say keep your eye on it. Eventually, it can wear a hole in your pan, so definitely keep an eye on it. Yeah, I mean, constant vibration, metal on metal, eventually it'll wear a hole through. I don't know how fast or how long it'll take to wear the hole, but it can and will. How tight are you tightening those fucking bolts? Are you putting them to Hercules foot-pounds? No VTech, what do you mean, Alex? Type R has VTech. I still haven't seen a Type R in person, man. I guess that's the thing that sucks about living in a place like this. What are you talking about? I don't have VTech. I just did a fucking like a video on this. Fairly certain it's iVTech. Yep, got it right. God damn. Oh, okay, I see. You're putting down a lot of power, so you're breaking the Trinity Bell housing. Oh, fuck. That sucks. That's good, though, man. Fuck, V20, you're making 600? Damn, that's pretty fucking good. Daniel, shaving a head will fuck with compression, but more likely what you're just going to do is you're going to run out of lifespan faster than you're going to gain horsepower. So I wouldn't look to shaving to squeeze out extra power, because the power that you're getting from milling is because compression is raising. So just get bigger, higher compression, get a higher compression pistons if that's what you want, or just a higher compression combo with head and block. Luke, my homeboy had an eVTech in his hatch one time. Bro, they're 90 horsepower. they are slow. They get like 50 some miles to the gallon. I have Honda. I have an S300. Have I fucked with the settings and shit sometimes? Yes, I have. Have I tuned? No. Cow doodles, as far as E85 goes, yes, I do believe it's popping up more. There are, in where I'm at in Huntington, West Virginia, which is like a pissant fucking town, there's a lot of Sheetz gas stations around here. Every one of the Sheetz gas stations have been upgraded with E85. So I actually could tune on E85 here and be, good with it, because every fucking gas station has it. Or every Sheetz gas station has it, and there's a lot in town. Suggestions for 600 horsepower cracking the bell housing? Honestly, man, I couldn't really tell you. Maybe look at the motor mounts, because it's still, I don't think that's kind of a common complaint there. So you gotta look at the rest of your mounting situation to stiffen up your swap. I would say maybe you could do, like, there's an extra bar that's kind of like a shock that you can attach to the engine. There's the you could use the AC compressor bracket. Even if you don't use the AC compressor, you could use the AC compressor bracket, and it has a mount on it, so you can mount that to the chassis. And also, I do believe there's also a front torque mount that you can use that attaches to the transmission. So maybe if you can find all those extra mounts in there, that'll help with lowering the load, the stress load on the bell housing bolts. Okay. Yeah. Holy shit. There's a lot of questions this time. Oh, fuck. Give me a second here. Yeah, I definitely don't want a large crowd. I wouldn't be able to answer everybody. Axles. As far as axles go, I use whatever I can get my hands on. I've used broken axles for a 400 horsepower car. I wouldn't say do that, but I just used whatever OEM mounts or axles I can get a hold of, so I wouldn't stress on that. Yeah. As far as my experience with DurfTune, Durf, from the little experience I have with the guy, talking with the guy, he did answer me when I spoke to him, and he initially answered me, but then I couldn't really talk with him for a prolonged conversation because he just, after a while, he just started to ignore me. But from my impression of the little bit of time I got with him, unless you're one of his boys, like in his clique, spending a lot of money with him, he doesn't really spend much time talking to you. And I think that a professional courtesy, it kind of goes a long way. Like, I think that the questions I was asking and the things I was talking to him about wasn't stupid. They weren't bad questions. So I think that he kind of brushed me off a little bit too early. And because he did, I chose not to go with him when it came to tuning time. And I would say that the two top tuners down in Florida that you hear about arguing back and forth is Durf and Javi. And I like Javi's communication skills. Javi reminds me a lot of myself when it comes to interacting with you guys. Javi is there to answer questions. Maybe not right away, but he'll answer your questions. He doesn't seem to get tired or aggravated. And on top of that, the guy he checked back in with me a week after our initial conversation without being asked to. So that, I guess, I'm not trying to throw shade at Durf, but as personally, professionally, I don't think I would deal with him for me. I mean, I would like to talk with him. You know, like I was building a lot more performance engines down there, so I'd like to have a knowledge of or some kind of communication with the guy if he's tuning my shit. But you know, personally, I wouldn't take my shit to him. Okay, I'm scrolling up here, guys. Bear with me on these questions here. Okay. Okay, so it's a lot of you guys talking to each other. All right. Man, this is aggravating, scrolling like this with the fucking phone. Dampers, as in biopic. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about there. I mean, yeah, Luke. Yeah, you can. I'm not saying don't get a fuel pressure regulator. But at the same time, too, like, don't buy a fuel pressure regulator because you think it's going to fix a problem. That's what I meant. Okay, so I'm caught back up now, guys. Yeah, Javi has results. I like to base people off what I see and what I judge of them. If I don't know them personally, I like to base off of what I can see that they produce. Javi produces good power. Now, I will say that in some situations and instances, if you gave the same exact car to Javi that you give to Durf, the same exact setup, Javi might come up a little bit short as compared to Durf, because Durf does push the boundaries. And personally, I like that too. Push the boundaries, by all means. But I'm sure if you talk to Javi and be like, hey, really push this shit, dude, I don't care if it pops, give me the power, I'm sure that he could compare with Durf. But the fact that he produces several high horsepower, you know, builds, or not builds, but high horsepower fucking tunes, and he's got that kind of communication level with his customers or potential customers, I really appreciate that. I think that the problem is that some people get too famous or too popular and it goes to their fucking head and they start treating people bad. And I talked about this with somebody else before too. Somebody else that's professional in the business, and they laughed and they said, yeah, that he has that kind of problem. Oh, crank pulley? I go with the stock one because those aftermarket crank pulleys are fucking expensive as shit. I don't think they make a big enough difference to worry about kind of power. I think I would only look at something like that if I was trying to make like fucking record-breaking power. Then, of course, you want to look at every single thing in your build. Yeah, if trucker, if you're talking about fuel pressure regulator, like if you don't have one, it's not necessarily something you have to have. It's like I said in the video, it's never something that's on my build list. I just know that a lot of people, they're like, oh well, fuck, I got a problem, and I can't think of how to fix it. Maybe if I got a misfire, I need more. As reporting back, the guy who I was talking to yesterday, I want to say his name is John. Fuck, I don't have Facebook open here right now. Because I was shaking on the internet, so I didn't want to cause any kind of collateral shit to lag out. But he did mention that he thought his valve adjustment was off, and maybe there it goes. God damn it. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to. Let's see, turn down that because I'm dying here, and we'll wait for the internet connection to just not be shaky. Hello, internet. Is it bad? Is it not bad? Come on. Jesus. What's going on here? Yeah. Yes. I'm not lagging? I feel a little stupid now. Alright, yeah. So the guy was saying, oh, okay, cool. Oh, so the guy was telling me that, he thought maybe his valve adjustment was off. And at the time, I thought, valve adjustment. But it's true, I guess, if the valves aren't opening and closing at the right time, they could, interfere with how it would run, how it would fire off. So it turns out that the guy's issue that he was having for his misfire turns out to be his valve adjustment, or at least that's what the output is right now. Now he may hit me up in a day or so saying it's bad again or whatnot, but as of right now, he said it's running 100%, and it was the valve adjustment that took care of his problem. AN lines. Like, when you talk about AN as a material, or you talk about running the bigger lines from under the car or whatnot. I know people who have done it. Me personally, I'm too lazy to do that shit. I wouldn't try to put any aftermarket fuel lines on there unless I really, was really trying to boost the fuck out of the fuel system. I don't know, man. I mean, I like to think that someday I will have my own business like I want. Like, I will be selling engines and selling parts, which is what I want to get to eventually. If I ever get to that point where I'm making, really good money like that, then I'll do a balls out. Yeah, bigger lines. Yeah, I wouldn't do bigger unless I was going for a fucking crazy amount of power, because the car comes with enough that you need to make really good power. Like 500-600 horsepower is really